I mean, this is me you talking to here. It ain't just basketball, baby. I love me some boxing. Which is why I sit here with sadness today to report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters, my brother, Floyd Money Mayweather.
Well, my first take about it is that Floyd knows better than that. He knows that I say what I mean and I mean what I say. And if anybody's backtracking, some would say that he's backtracked. Even if I did backtrack, which I don't believe that I do, at least I got a legitimate reason to. I work for somebody. I have to answer to somebody. That's ESPN. You want to call that a shame, then call most of the American public being shameful because they're employed by somebody else. Floyd is worth close to $500 million, if not more. But he's backtracked from time to time, so I'd ask him to look in the mirror in that regard, and I'll leave it at that in terms of that particular point of view.
Stephen A. Smith has made a career out of separating hype from truth in the world of sports, and his latest target is one of boxing's most high-profile names. Floyd Mayweather, known for his undefeated record and public displays of wealth, recently made headlines for all the wrong reasons. The announcement came via social media, where Mayweather often shares glimpses of his lifestyle. In this case, he posted videos of himself walking through buildings he said were now part of his real estate portfolio.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah. And I'm pointing like this because all of them, we're in New York City right now. We're in Manhattan. That's what we do. Come on. All this money made. No partners. All by myself. Over 1,000 apartments. I'm just getting started.
The number itself, 62 buildings, raised immediate interest, but it wasn't long before the attention shifted from admiration to scrutiny. While many fans were quick to praise what looked like an ambitious investment, others, including Smith, began asking questions.
Ladies and gentlemen, chaos broke out. And I'm not talking about legit, bona fide boxing, pure boxing chaos. I'm talking about the kind of stuff that's just embarrassing.
You know how I feel about Floyd. You know how great I think he is as a boxer, as a fighter. I think he's the best on the planet, and I stand by that. I'm going to be a man about this because somebody needs to. Here's the bottom line. Floyd Mayweather Jr. continues to tell the public that he just wants to give the fans what we want to see.
One of the first red flags was the absence of public documentation. In New York City, real estate transactions of that size must be registered, complete with deed transfers and legal filings. Reporters searched public property records and came up empty. No record of a $402 million sale. No legal documentation linking Mayweather to the full portfolio.
So where you at? Yo, tell him to get on live right now. And he owe people in Saudi Arabia money too. Broke ass nigga. Out here scamming
people. Oh, you fancy.
Live right now.
Keyword FANCY. Put out on our free Hits 97.3 app, or go to hits973.com. Whatever is easiest for you for your channel.
According to insiders familiar with the situation, the story wasn't quite what it seemed. Mayweather had not purchased the buildings in full. Instead, he reportedly acquired a minority stake, possibly with the option to increase his investment later. But in his video announcement, that detail was left out.
Yo, we're simply not getting paid in full. Like, we've been fucking dragged along for way too long now, and this guy finally filed a lawsuit against Floyd Mayweather. So that's the one that's actually active and pending. And then here we are.
There's another one pending too.
Another one?
Yeah.
For the cash deal?
Yeah.
the one in the Dubai cash.
Correct.
Dude, he is fucking broke, huh?
Smith focused on this difference. He questioned why someone would present a partial investment as full acquisition, especially when the numbers didn't line up with available data. For Smith and others, it came down to accountability, especially when large financial claims are made in public without supporting evidence.
Floyd Money Mayweather retired from boxing 50-0. That individual that he was fighting right there is the grandson of the late infamous mobster John Gotti. I am not aware of John Gotti III having any real kind of boxing background. I did not see the fight, although I heard he lost every round and Floyd Money Mayweather was whipping him pretty good. I was not there. I did not see it. I do not know. Here's what I do know, which is where my disappointment comes from. When you are as great as Floyd Money Mayweather, everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space.
This isn't the first time Mayweather's public statements about his wealth have drawn skepticism. Throughout his post-boxing career, he's maintained an image rooted in financial success. He's been seen traveling with bags of cash, wearing watches worth millions, and spending large sums in single outings. That lifestyle is part of his brand.
We got options, options, options. I got about 100 cars. But right here, we like to call this the Sweet 16. Lambo, Ferrari, 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 Lambo, Maybach, a Maybach, whatever you want to call it. Of course, the McLaren, the original McLaren. Bentley, Rolls, 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 Rolls. The Maybach truck or Maybach truck, whatever you want to call it.
But critics argue that a flashy lifestyle is not the same as verified financial growth. For instance, Mayweather once claimed that he earned $300 million a month for 32 months. That would amount to $9.6 billion, a figure that raised immediate doubts from analysts. Though his boxing earnings have reportedly crossed the $1 billion mark over his career, there's no public documentation.
You know what's crazy? People are always in my fucking business, worried about what I'm doing. What Floyd is doing, what Floyd ain't doing, what I do got, what I don't got. Just know, I'm gonna stay in my lane, I ain't gonna fuck with nobody, and I don't want nobody fucking with me. If I go on vacation, my fault. When I go on vacation for 30 days, I take 30 watches with me. But you know what? You know what? What's crazy is this. If we add 10 more days, I take 10 more watches. But then I say, fuck it. If I want to bring out the one and only, then I bring out the watch that costs $18 million. Matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? For you motherfucking haters today, I'm going to go fuck off $50,000 because I ain't got shit else to do. Money made. All motherfucking day.
Smith wasn't alone in expressing concern. Prominent boxing promoter Eddie Hearn also weighed in, saying he didn't believe Mayweather was a billionaire. Hearn shared an incident where Mayweather showed him screenshots of his bank account in an attempt to prove his wealth.
How about Mayweather?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Not the biggest
I think that Mayweather was unquestionably one of the best ever. But I don't know. I mean, it's difficult to say he's not a true fighter because he fought everybody he could of his era. But he was a different kind of skill set, you know. He was very much hit and don't get hit, which is the art of boxing. I think sometimes when these guys carry on and they do the exhibitions and all that kind of stuff, it just sort of diminishes the legacy a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
And that's what I feel like's happened with Mayweather.
Why do you think he does those things, though? Do you think
For money.
I
don't think he's got the money he says. That's what I think.
I think he still needs the money.
I don't
after
think
all
he
these
needs
years.
the money. But you know when you got that lifestyle, right? So when you're spending what he's spending,
It's a lot of expenses.
Yeah.
In recent years, Mayweather's business activity has focused heavily on exhibition matches. He's fought influencers and non-professional opponents in locations including Japan, Dubai, and the UK. Mayweather has often stated that these events are just for entertainment. However, observers believe they are also a means of generating income and keeping his name in circulation.
Yeah, I mean, did you just got not paid at all?
No, I got paid. I got paid. Just not in full. Like there's a couple million somehow that is just missing. Where did the money go? Floyd said he could afford a Jeff Bezos-sized jet from the money he made from that fight. I ain't got no fucking jet. What the fuck, dude? I'm missing a couple mil. We're gonna find it, bro. I'll see you in court. The art is happening. Just like, mark my words, we're coming for you, Floyd. We're coming for your millions and the last of your chains.
They call him Money Mayweather. But where's your money?
He's walking around in women's Fendi clothing, taking, no disrespect. He's one of the greatest fighters of all time. But like, bro, I have a rule.
I just see you bump into him one day.
Oh, I'm fucked, bro. He's gonna do the same.
Sweating.
He's like, what?
Sweating.
I start sweating.
Like and he's like, you need to go.
No, but
here's a
he's
towel.
Like the crack pipes.
But I have a rule. I have a rule, bro. Generally speaking, like if I see a motherfucker like in a repeated pattern Dior or Fendi shirt with the icy watch, I'm either getting beat on an NFT project or I'm not getting paid.
As the controversy gained attention, other sports analysts and public figures began to weigh in. Charlemagne the God, Shannon Sharpe, and Skip Bayless have all voiced concerns in recent years about athletes whose public displays of wealth may not reflect actual financial health. There's a growing conversation about how performance and perception can sometimes overtake substance.
I'm sure he could be 60 years of age and people would still pay per view to watch him box.
So the lure is still there.
Yeah.
They want to see Floyd get beat, even if it's somebody that's not a name that a YouTuber. A YouTuber did something that a world champion couldn't do.
Yeah. Didn't?
Yes.
No.
But I saw Floyd Mayweather get knocked down.
But at what point does Floyd have enough money not to stoop to do these exhibitions? But at some point there is athletic dignity attached to 50 and 0. And that's the allure of this.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of, okay?
And the people that they're putting him in there with can't put him in harm's way. So he doesn't see like, I just, like you said, I watched this ruckus on Twitter. I was like,
what?
Like, oh my goodness.
Okay.
It definitely was like WWE.
So what do you think about this situation? Do let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and leave a like for more boxing content like this.